which jostles alongside the old as the city expands, paving way for a new city, the modern Kano, which continues to develop with all the trappings of a cosmopolitan city. This is where non-indigens reside. Here we have places like Sabon Geri, Bompai and a host of others. It is a melting pot of both the local and foreign people, most of whom are settlers, investors and entrepreneurs. The new Kano city is where non-Muslims live, where churches are built and Christians and other religious adherents practice their faith and live together in peace and harmony.
I've been in Kano for the past 20 years. I schooled here, both from my nursery, primary and my tertiary institution. All I did it here. And I'm a Christian. I've stayed in Kano and Kano has been very peaceful unto me, as per se, because they are friendly, they welcome people. Wherever you come from and you come to Kano, they say Kano is a commerce center state. So you can do your business here peacefully. Whatever at all you are doing, you do it here very peacefully.
Historically, Kano has been a center of trade and ranks among the busiest cities in Nigeria and West Africa. It is dotted by several busy markets, the most prominent of which is the renowned Kurmi Market. The people of Kano are noted the world over for their arts and craft. These include leatherworks, calabash and textile making. These dye pits are a significant aspect of the Kano handcraft tradition. The Kurmi market for centuries is reputed to be the largest market in Africa and the economic nerve center of the Western Sudan. It was the destination and starting point of the great camel caravans which traversed West Africa. Kurmi market remains very famous to visitors because goods from all over the world as well as locally produced merchandise are readily available therein.
Well, the Kurmi market sells almost anything that can be sold. It is a showpiece of the material culture, of the anthropology of the Hausa people. It is, I think, the last stronghold of Hausa culture, where you find things that are genuinely Hausa, they reflect ancient Hausa culture, and that people still retain because of their material culture, because they are artifacts of our lives. And that Kurmi market has been existing for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it has served as an attraction point for people from Niger Republic, from Asben, from Libya, from Tripoli, from Egypt, from Tunisia. And in fact, it is the availability of the Kurmi market that attracted a lot of the Arabs from North Africa to come to the Kurmi market, initially for business. But then they settled down.
I'm born in Kano. My family are born in Lebanon. But we are here in Kano for my family are here in Kano for almost 50 years. I'm schooling here. I'm making my business here. I'm happy in Kano, and Kano is very nice and good.
Other notable markets include the Sabon Geri market, and the textile market commonly called Kantin Kori. Here you find all manner of textile prints and clothing, both from within and outside our shores. The main indigenous language spoken in the city is Hausa. It is the language of commerce. English is, however, the official language, as in other parts of Nigeria. Beyond the allure of commerce, the traditional architecture of Kano has never failed to fascinate visitors to the ancient city. The most striking example of the city's traditional architecture is the Emir's Palace. The palace is a beauty to behold. The National Museum, Gidan Makama, originally built in the 15th century, is a major repository of Kano's distinguished history and artifacts. The history of the spread of Islam is reenacted in the museum with the preservation of the original scroll of the writings of the 18th century Islamic conqueror, Sheikh Osman Danfodio, as well as the flag and other mementos of his religious campaign. Kano, since it fell under Islamic influence, has remained a major center of Islamic worship and scholarship. The supreme head of the institutions of tradition, religion and politics in Kano is the Emir. He wields tremendous influence on the spiritual and political lives of his people. The biggest and most colorful annual celebration in Kano is the Durbar. It is traditionally led by the Emir. The event takes place during every Salah to mark the end of the Ramadan fast. The Grand Durbar is reputed for its largest assemblage of decorated and ornamented horses in the world, an impressive and very colorful event. It began 2 centuries ago when conquering Islamic Fulani royals employed it to showcase their strength. Today, the Durbar is a celebrative and commemorative ceremony that draws tourists from all over the world. Other exciting features of Kano City include the Dala and Gorundutse Hills. The hills give a spectacular bird-eye view of the city, showcasing the sprawling mix and splendor of the old and new Kano. The Audu Bako Zoo off Kano Zaria Road is a well-maintained 35-acre garden with a collection of different species of animals, birds and reptiles. The zoo opens 7 days a week to the delight of visitors. The city boasts of many comfortable hotels and resorts to take care of visitors. Examples of these are the Central Hotel, Bagauda Lake Hotel, the Durbar Hotel and others. These hotels treat their guests to a complete package of local and intercontinental cuisine. Kano can be reached by road, rail and by air. The Aminu Kano International Airport, located in the heart of the city, is one of the oldest airports in Nigeria. The temperature of Kano city is such that it witnesses sharp changes within a single day. It is usually hot during the day and cools down considerably during the night. Early in the year, the atmosphere of the city is generally characterized by cloudiness and dust. The city of Kano keeps growing as a choice and desirable tourist destination in Nigeria and indeed Africa. It has continued to attract visitors from far and near, not only because of its commerce, but also because of the warmth and hospitality of its people.